What is pay to play? Pay to play is essentially the simplest way to think about it is that a private company manages the logistics of organized youth sports, and they charge people significant amounts of money to have their kids participate in those youth leagues. So I'm Dr. Ever Figueroa. I'm assistant professor of journalism in the School of Communication at CU Boulder. And I research how sports communication or how sports media communicates ideas of race, gender, and class, right? And the ideologies present within all of those things. But logistically, it's the organizing of games in a location while having some kind of like coaching or mentorship to develop kids into great athletes. And specifically to play in an organized fashion, right? Like anybody can go to a rec center and shoot some hoops. These youth leagues are trying to emulate like the professional organized standards of like professional sport, right? And to also facilitate competition against really good players so that they can get better and eventually become professionals. I think that's the aspiration that a lot of parents have for why they would put these kids through these programs. Because, you know, the other alternative is like publicly funded like school sports, right? Middle school and high school. But there is a reason why these companies are attracting, I would say, a very wealthy consumer base that is willing to pay the money. And that's because there's this idea of a promise of your kid becoming a professional athlete. They are incentivized to spend money because they're essentially told that, hey, stick with us and your kid will become a pro. Like that's how a lot of the advertising and marketing for pay-to-play youth leagues is done. It's essentially done to sell the illusion that if you give us the most amount of money that you can give us, your kid will become a professional athlete. The number of professional athletes is like a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of 1% of the total population of this country. You are far more likely to win the lottery than become a professional player. Like that's just the hard reality of that. Parents are sold the illusion that if you keep giving us money, that your kid will become a pro athlete. And I've seen parents quickly realize like this isn't worth the money. And I've also seen or heard stories of parents spending way too much money chasing a dream that really isn't real. And so, yeah, I think some people are being taken advantage of, as with all things that are usually for profit. So the immediate consequences is that professional sports, as youth leagues have become privatized, professional sports are increasingly being occupied by people who come from wealth. And that is a dramatic shift in how sports sort of operated in the past, and also how sports are framed to a mass audience, right? Like the mythology of sport in America is that it's supposed to be like this place of merit where only the best rise up to the top, that everybody has equal chances, equal opportunities. And pay to play is making that increasingly, let's say, mythical or false. I wouldn't even go as far as to say it's false, right? It's if you have a system that privileges people with money, it is by design created to exclude people who do not have money. So that is an unequal playing ground. Therefore, professional sports eventually end up reflecting those inequalities.